Picture a mountain, ancient and unyielding, standing tall against a raging storm. The wind howls, the rain lashes, and yet the mountain does not bow. It endures, its roots deep, its surface scarred but unbroken. You are that mountain. Life storms, words that cut, losses that ache, doubts that gnaw, strike you without mercy. But here's the truth. The pain you feel is invisible to the world, yet it weighs on your soul like 1,000 unseen boulders. How do you stand when every fiber of your being screams to crumble? Welcome to the journey of learning to act as if nothing hurts you. In this first step, we uncover the hidden impact of emotional pain and why it feels so crippling. You'll see that the storm doesn't define you. It's how you face it that carves your strength. Let's climb together, feel the weight, and learn to rise. Imagine yourself as a young professional, barely a year into your dream job. You've worked tirelessly to get here. Nights of preparation, endless revisions, and a fire in your gut to prove yourself. But today, in a sterile conference room, your manager tears into your latest project. This lacks depth, they say, their voice sharp as a blade. I expected more. Colleagues glance away, the silence thicker than the tension. Your chest tightens. Your mind races with self-doubt. I'm not good enough. I'll never be good enough. You force a nod, a weak, I'll revise it, while inside, a storm brews. Every word of criticism feels like a stone piling on your shoulders, invisible to everyone, but crushing to you. Hours later, alone at your desk, you stare at the screen, paralyzed. The doubt isn't just about the project, it's about who you are. You want to scream, to quit, to hide, but you can't. The world expects you to keep going, to smile through the sting. So, you do. You type, you edit, you push through the ache. And in that moment, something shifts. You realize that acting as if nothing hurts isn't about ignoring the pain. It's about refusing to let it own you. Like a mountain against the storm, you stand. You weather the criticism, not because it doesn't hurt, but because you know your worth isn't defined by one harsh word. The lesson sinks deep. Pain may strike, but you choose how long it lingers. Now picture yourself as a parent, the rock of your family. Life has dealt you a blow, a personal loss so raw it feels like a piece of your heart has been carved out. Maybe it's the passing of a loved one, or a fracture in a relationship you thought unbreakable. The grief is a silent beast, clawing at you in the quiet of night. But when the sun rises, you can't let it show. Your children look to you for stability, their small hands reaching for comfort. Your partner leans on you, unspoken worries in their eyes. So, you bury the ache, you cook breakfast, pack lunches, force a smile as you say, everything's fine. Inside, though, you're crumbling. Each forced laugh feels like a betrayal of your own pain. You're isolated, trapped between the need to grieve and the duty to stand strong. At night, when the house is still, the storm rages within, tears fall, but no one sees. Then, one day, as you tuck your child into bed, their tiny voice whispers, "Thanks for always being here." And it hits you, your strength, even when it feels hollow, is their shelter. Like a mountain battered by relentless winds. You endure not for yourself, but for them. The pain is real, but so is your resolve. You learn that acting as if nothing hurts isn't denial. It's a choice to protect what matters most, even when you're breaking. Let's pause and look deeper. Emotional pain is a storm no one else can see. It's not a broken bone or a visible scar. It's a wound carved into the quiet corners of your mind, a weight that drags at your spirit when the world isn't watching. Why does it feel so crippling? Because it's personal? A harsh word, a loss, a failure. They strike at the core of who you think you are. They whisper lies. You're weak. You're unworthy. You'll never recover. And in the silence, those lies grow louder, heavier, until they feel like truth. But consider this. A mountain doesn't crumble because a storm rages. It stands because its strength is deeper than the tempest's reach. Your pain, though invisible, doesn't define your core, it tests it. How often have you let a single hurt stop you cold, when beneath it, your resilience waits to be unleashed? Think of the times you've fallen and risen. Each scar, though unseen, is proof of your endurance. Pain feels crippling because you give it permission to be. Strip that away. See it for what it is, a passing gale, not your foundation. You are more than the storm. You are the mountain. Stand tall. Let's go further. Why do we hide our pain? Why do we act as if nothing hurts when every fiber aches? It's not just pride or fear of judgment, it's survival. The world doesn't stop for your wounds. Deadlines loom. Loved ones depend on you. Life marches on. So you wear a mask, a shield of calm over a churning sea. But here's the paradox. That mask isn't weakness, it's power. It's the choice to keep moving when every instinct screams to collapse. Imagine a river cutting through stone. It doesn't stop when it meets resistance. It carves its path, slow and relentless. Your pain is the stone, your resolve the current. Hiding the hurt doesn't mean denying it. It means mastering it. Have you ever considered how much strength it takes to smile when your heart is heavy? That act, that defiance, is the seed of transformation. The storm may rage, but you, the mountain, decide its impact. You don't erase the pain, you rise above it, and in that ascent, you forge something unbreakable within. Now, let's get real with action. When emotional pain strikes, your first instinct might be to run, to bury it, to pretend it's not there. Don't. Face it like a mountain faces the storm, unflinching. Start by acknowledging the hurt. Name it. Write it down if you must. I feel unworthy because of that criticism. I'm grieving and it's tearing me apart. Seeing it in words strips its shadowy power. It's no longer a vague monster. It's a challenge you can meet. Next, breathe. Take 5 minutes. Close your eyes and let the weight settle. Don't fight the feeling. Observe it. Ask yourself, is this pain the end of me or a moment I can endure? Spoiler, it's the latter. Then, choose one small step forward. If criticism stings, revise one line of your work. If grief overwhelms, share one memory with someone you trust. Action, even tiny, reminds you that you're not powerless. You're still standing. The storm rages, but you're carving your path through it. Keep moving. Your strength grows with every step. Here's another tool. Emotional pain isolates you. It tricks you into thinking you're alone on this jagged climb. Build an inner shelter, a place within where the storm can't reach. Start by grounding yourself daily. Each morning, take a moment to list 3 truths about yourself that no pain can touch. I am persistent. I am loved. I have overcome before. Speak them aloud. Let them be your roots, anchoring you when the winds howl. Then 1, create a ritual of release. When the weight feels unbearable, step outside, feel the air, touch the earth, or simply walk. Let the physical world remind you that you're part of something vast, something enduring. Finally, seek one connection, a friend, a journal, even a quiet thought. Share the load, even silently. You're not weak for needing support. You're wise for seeking it. This shelter isn't a hiding place. It's your fortress. Build it brick by brick, and no storm will topple you. We've journeyed through the hidden weight of invisible wounds, felt the sting of criticism, and bore the silent ache of grief. You've seen that emotional pain, though unseen, can feel like a storm bent on breaking you. But you've also learned that you are the mountain, scarred, perhaps, but unyielding. The key lesson is this: pain may strike, but it doesn't own you unless you surrender. Acting as if nothing hurts isn't about ignoring the storm. It's about standing through it, choosing to rise when every instinct begs you to fall. As we move forward, we'll build on this foundation, learning not just to endure, but to transform pain into power. For now, hold this truth close. Let it be your shield against the gales yet to come. You're stronger than you feel, taller than you seem. Face the storm. Stand firm. Your roots run deeper than any tempest can reach. Stand like the mountain. No storm can break you. Picture a blacksmith's forge, the air thick with heat, the clang of hammer on steel ringing like a battle cry. You stand there, raw and unformed, a piece of iron in the hands of life's relentless fire. Every strike feels like a wound. Every flame a test. But what if the pain isn't breaking you? What if it's shaping you? In this crucible of existence, you must learn to act as if nothing hurts you, not to deceive, but to endure, to grow, to triumph. Welcome to the art of forging the mask of resilience, a skill as vital as breath itself. Within the grand journey of mastering your inner strength, this is your proving ground. Feel the heat, stand unyielding. You are being tempered into something unbreakable. And today, you'll understand why acting unhurt isn't just survival. It's the seed of your greatest transformation. Imagine yourself on a field of grit and glory, the roar of the crowd a distant hum beneath the pounding of your own heart. You're an athlete in the final moments of a critical match, the score tied, the weight of expectation pressing down like a storm cloud. But there's a secret no one sees, a sharp pain in your knee, a lingering injury screaming with every step. You could limp, you could falter, you could signal to the sidelines and let the world know you're hurt. But what would that cost you? Not just the game, but the belief in yourself, the respect of those watching, the chance to prove you're more than your wounds. So, you grit your teeth, you straighten your spine, you move as if the pain is a ghost, invisible and powerless. Each stride is a hammer strike on the anvil of your will, tempering your resolve in the fire of adversity. Your opponents see no weakness, only strength. They hesitate, thrown off by your unshakable facade. And in that moment, you score. The victory not just in points, but in proving to yourself that pain doesn't own you. When the whistle blows, you collapse, the ache flooding back. But you've won more than a match. You've forged a mask of resilience, a shield that protected your spirit when it mattered most. What did you learn in that searing moment? Pain is not your master, it's your material. Like the blacksmith who doesn't flinch at the sparks, you shaped your suffering into strength. Acting as if nothing hurts, you didn't erase the injury, it transformed it into fuel. This is the takeaway. Resilience isn't about denying pain, it's about refusing to let it define your actions. You wear the mask not to hide, but to fight. Now picture yourself in a different arena, a schoolyard, a classroom, a hallway buzzing with whispers. You're a student, young and eager, carrying dreams as fragile as glass. You've poured your heart into a project, a friendship, a hope, only to face rejection. Peers turn away, their words sharp as blades, their laughter a cold wind cutting through your confidence. You're not good enough, their actions say. You don't belong. The sting is real, a bruise on your soul. You could shrink, let the hurt show in slumped shoulders or tearful eyes. You could let their judgment become your truth. But you don't. You lift your chin. You smile as if their words are dust, easily brushed off. You walk through that hallway like a warrior, your stride steady, your voice calm when you speak. Inside, the ache burns, but outside, you're a fortress. You act as if nothing hurts you, not because you're numb, but because you refuse to let their rejection carve your worth. Days pass, and they notice. Your unshaken demeanor unnerves them. Some even approach, drawn to the quiet strength you project, and slowly you rebuild. Not just your confidence, but your belief that you decide your value, not them. Here's the lesson. Etched in the heat of that trial, acting unhurt is your armor, forged in the fire of scorn, like steel under the blacksmith's hammer. You endure the blows to emerge stronger. You didn't ignore the pain, you used it to temper your self-worth. The takeaway echoes again. Resilience is a choice to stand tall, even when you're trembling inside. The mask you wear becomes the foundation of who you'll become. Let's step back into the forge of your life. See the flames licking at your edges, the hammer poised to strike. Why do you fear the heat? Why do you dread the impact? Pain, rejection, failure, they are not your enemies. They are the elements of your transformation. Like raw steel, you are incomplete without the fire. Acting as if nothing hurts you isn't a lie. It's a declaration. It's you telling the world and yourself that you are more than the sum of your scars. You are the blacksmith of your own soul, and every hardship is a chance to shape something indestructible. Think of a river carving through stone. Does the water weep at the resistance? No, it flows, steady and relentless. wearing down mountains over time. So must you flow through life's obstacles, unshaken on the surface, even as the currents of pain rage beneath. Acting unhurt is your riverbed, guiding you forward when the storm threatens to sweep you away. How many times have you let a visible wound stop you? How often have you shown your hurt and invited more blows? The mask of resilience isn't about pretense. It's about power. It's the quiet vow that no force will halt your journey. Consider this. The strongest steel isn't born in comfort. It's born in infernos. Hammered by relentless force, so too are you forged in struggle. When you act as if nothing hurts, you're not escaping pain. You're mastering it. You're stepping into the fire willingly, knowing it's the only way to emerge as something greater. Let that truth sink deep. You are not a victim of the flames. You are their creator. But let's not pretend the mask is weightless. Acting as if nothing hurts you is a burden, a silent labor. It demands energy to stand tall when you're crumbling, to smile when your heart aches. It's like carrying a shield through a battlefield. Necessary, but heavy. So why bear it? Because the alternative is surrender. Because showing your wounds invites the wolves. Because in the act of pretending strength, you summon it. The mask isn't just a facade, it's a mold for your future self. Wear it long enough, and you become it. Have you ever watched a tree stand firm in a gale? Its roots grip the earth, its trunk unyielding, even as the wind howls. Does it feel the strain? Of course, but it doesn't bow, not because it's immune to the storm, but because survival demands defiance. You are that tree. Acting unhurt is your way of rooting deeper, of refusing to snap under pressure. How many storms have you faced, only to falter at the first gust? How many more could you weather if you stood just a little longer? The blacksmith knows this truth. Steel must cool before it holds its shape. So too must you balance the act of resilience with moments of release. The mask isn't permanent, it's a tool. Wear it in battle, but remove it in safe spaces to heal. This is the nuance of strength, knowing when to stand like iron and when to bend like willow. Acting as if nothing hurts you isn't denial, it's strategy. It's the art of enduring until you're ready to rebuild. So how do you begin? How do you forge this mask of resilience when every fiber of you wants to scream or crumble? Start small. The next time pain strikes, be it a harsh word, a failure, or a physical ache, pause, breathe deep, as if drawing strength from the earth itself. Stand straight. Let your face be a wall, unreadable. Speak with a steady voice, even if it trembles inside. This is your first hammer strike, shaping the steel of your will. Do this once, and you've begun. Do it again, and you're forging a habit. When doubt or hurt threatens to show, redirect your focus. Fix your eyes on a goal, a purpose beyond the moment. Picture the blacksmith, sweat on their brow, seeing not the burning steel but the blade it will become. If you're in a confrontation, don't react with raw emotion, respond with calm intent. If you're rejected, don't slump, walk away with purpose. Each act of control is a layer of resilience, building your mask stronger. Write down one reason to keep going when the urge to break surfaces. Hold that reason like a shield. Remember, this isn't about bottling pain forever. Find a quiet space, a journal, a trusted friend, a solitary walk, and let the mask slip there. Release is as vital as endurance, but in the heat of battle, wear your strength. Practice this daily, in small hurts and large, and watch how the world shifts. People respect what they can't break. Opportunities open when you don't flinch. You're not just surviving, you're commanding your path. Here's another tool to temper your resolve. Guard your inner world. Acting as if nothing hurts you starts with protecting what matters most, your belief in yourself. When criticism or failure lands, don't let it pierce your core. Imagine a fortress within you, walls of steel forged in past struggles. Let harsh words or setbacks strike the surface, but never the heart. Say to yourself, this doesn't define me, I choose my truth. Repeat it until it's a rhythm, a heartbeat of resilience. In moments of crisis, anchor to a physical cue, clench your fist, touch a token, a ring, a stone, a note that reminds you of your strength. Let it ground you, a silent signal to stand firm. If emotions surge, Count to 5 before you speak or act. That pause is your hammer, shaping reaction into response. Train yourself to see pain as temporary, a passing flame, not a permanent scar. Ask, will this hurt matter in a year? Most often, it won't. Act from that perspective. Build this skill by reflecting nightly. Write or think, what hurt today? How did I act? Could I stand taller tomorrow? Each day, refine your mask. You're not hiding weakness, you're crafting power. Soon, acting unhurt becomes second nature, not because you've numbed yourself, but because you've learned to channel pain into purpose. You're the blacksmith. The fire serves you. As the embers of this section cool, let's gather the sparks of insight. You've walked through the forge of resilience, felt the hammer of struggle, and seen how acting as if nothing hurts you is not denial, but defiance. You've witnessed the athlete conquer pain to claim victory, the student shield their worth from rejection. You've pondered the fire that shapes, the weight of the mask, and armed yourself with tools to stand unyielding. The takeaway burns bright. Resilience is a choice to act stronger than you feel, a decision to let pain temper you, not topple you. This is your foundation, the steel you've begun to forge. But the work isn't done. The next stretch of your journey awaits, where you'll learn not just to wear the mask, but to wield it as a weapon of transformation. Until then, hold this truth close. Let it be your chant, your rhythm. As you face the flames ahead, stand in the fire. You are the steel being forged. Picture yourself standing on a jagged cliff, the ocean roaring below, waves smashing against an unyielding lighthouse. The storm rages, relentless, yet the beacon stands firm, its light piercing through the chaos. This is you, right now, facing the tempests of life, pain, criticism, betrayal. How do you hold steady when everything around you threatens to pull you under? In this moment, you learn to act as if nothing hurts you, not because you deny the pain, but because you master the art of composure. Welcome to Standing Firm Amidst the Waves, where we dive into practical strategies to anchor yourself when life's storms strike hardest. You are the lighthouse. The waves may crash, but they will not break you. Let's forge that inner strength together, step by resolute step. Imagine this. You're a team leader, standing before your colleagues, presenting a project you've poured months into. The room is silent, eyes fixed on you. Then the unthinkable happens. Your data is wrong. A critical error exposed mid-sentence by a sharp-eyed peer. The air thickens with judgment. Your chest tightens, heat creeps up your neck, and for a split second, you want to vanish. This is public failure, raw and unfiltered. The pain of humiliation stings like salt in a wound, but you don't crumble. You can't. Your team is watching, waiting for your next move. In that frozen moment, you remember a simple truth. Your reaction shapes their trust. So you pause. You draw a slow, deliberate breath. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4. The world slows. Your heart steadies. You look into their eyes, acknowledge the mistake with a calm nod, and say, "Thank you for catching that. Let's correct this together." Your voice doesn't waver. You stand tall, a lighthouse amidst crashing waves of doubt. The room shifts. Respect replaces judgment. Later, as you debrief alone, you realize the pain of the error hasn't vanished, but it hasn't defined you either. You acted as if nothing hurt, not by pretending, but by controlling what you could, your breath, your response. The lesson here mirrors the lighthouse enduring the storm. Pain will strike, public and piercing, but composure is your beacon. It doesn't erase the wave, it ensures you stand through it. By breathing with intent, you bought time to think, to lead, to transform a fall into a step forward. This is your power, mastery over the moment. Now picture a quieter, more personal storm. You've trusted someone deeply, a friend, a partner, a confidant. You've shared dreams, fears, late-night conversations. Then, you discover they've betrayed that trust, speaking words behind your back that cut like shards of glass. The pain is intimate, a silent ache that gnaws at your core. You want to lash out, to drown in the hurt, to question everything. But where does that lead? Nowhere but deeper into the tide. Instead, you choose to ground yourself. You step outside, feel the cool earth beneath your feet, and focus on small, deliberate actions. You grip a smooth stone from your pocket, rolling it between your fingers, letting its weight remind you of your own solidity. You sip water slowly, tasting each drop, anchoring your mind to the present. These tiny acts, touching, tasting, breathing, build a wall between you and the chaos. You don't confront in anger. You wait until the fog of hurt clears. When you finally speak, your words are measured, your tone steady. The betrayal still stings, but it doesn't steer you. You've acted as if nothing hurts, not by ignoring the wound, but by refusing to let it pilot your ship. Like the lighthouse, you endure the crashing wave of betrayal by rooting yourself in what you control. Small actions, tactile, real, become your foundation. They teach you that pain is a visitor, not a resident. You stand firm, guiding yourself through the storm with quiet, unshakable resolve. Let's pause and look inward. You are not a fragile reed, bending to every gust of life's cruelty. You are a lighthouse, built of stone and will, crafted to withstand the fiercest waves. But what does it mean to stand firm when pain strikes? It's not about numbness or denial. It's about recognizing that pain is a wave. It surges, it crashes, but it always recedes. Your role is not to stop the ocean, an impossible task, but to be the unmovable structure that endures it. How often have you let a single hurt capsize your entire day? How many times have you surrendered your light to the storm's roar? Consider this. Pain is a signal, not a sentence. When criticism bites or loss looms, it's tempting to react, to let the wave dictate your direction. Yet, the lighthouse doesn't flinch. It stands, rooted in purpose, its beam cutting through the dark no matter the tempest. So must you. Composure isn't the absence of feeling. It's the mastery of response. You feel the hurt, let it wash over you, but you don't let it drown you. You choose your next step, not the storm. This is the heart of acting as if nothing hurts you, not a facade, but a fierce commitment to your own stability. Build that inner stone. Let the waves come. They will not topple you. Dive deeper with me. Pain is not the entirety of your existence, though in the moment, it often feels like it. Think of it as the tide, not the ocean itself. The tide rises and falls, sometimes violent, sometimes gentle. But the ocean, your life, your essence, remains vast and unbroken beneath it. Why do we so often mistake a single wave for the whole sea? Why do we let one betrayal, one failure, paint the entire horizon black? Acting as if nothing hurts you is not about ignoring the tide's pull. It's about knowing that beneath the surface churn, there is depth, strength, a current of purpose that no wave can touch. The lighthouse doesn't curse the storm. It simply exists through it, unwavering. You too must learn to separate the temporary sting from the eternal core of who you are. Pain is real, but it is not all. When you stand firm amidst the waves, you remind yourself of this truth. The hurt is passing, but your light is permanent. Let that realization anchor you. Let it be the bedrock beneath your feet when the waters rise. You are more than the storm's fury, always. When pain strikes, your first instinct might be to react, to shout, to shrink, to spiral. Don't. Instead, harness the power of your breath, a tool as ancient as the tides. It's simple, yet transformative. The next time criticism lands like a rogue wave, pause, close your eyes if you can. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold it for 4, then exhale through your mouth for 4. Repeat this cycle 3 times. Feel your chest expand, your pulse slow. This isn't just air, it's control. It's a lifeline to composure. Why does this work? Breath bridges the gap between mind and body, pulling you back from the edge of chaos. It gives you a moment to choose, not react. As you breathe, ask yourself, what can I control right now? Maybe it's your tone. Maybe it's walking away to think. Whatever it is, anchor to it. This practice turns a crashing wave into a manageable ripple. You're not suppressing the hurt, you're navigating it. Make this a habit. Practice it daily. Even when the seas are calm, So when the storm hits, your breath becomes your reflex. Stand firm. Breathe. You've got this. Pain often feels colossal, a towering wave that blocks out everything else. Counter it with the small, the tangible, the immediate. When betrayal or failure threatens to sweep you away, focus on what's in your hands, literally. Carry a small object, like a coin or a stone, in your pocket. When the hurt surges, grip it. Feel its edges, its weight. Let it tether you to the present, or step outside. Press your bare feet to the ground, and notice the texture. Cool grass, rough pavement. These tiny acts are your anchors. Here's how to make this real. Build a ritual of grounding. Each morning, choose one sensory focus for the day. Touch, taste, sound. If it's touch, carry that stone. If it's taste, sip water slowly when stress builds. If it's sound, hum a low note to yourself. These actions aren't escapes. They're reminders that you're here, solid, unmoved by the waves' roar. Pain may strike, but it doesn't own you. Ground yourself in the small, and you'll find the strength to act as if nothing hurts. You're the lighthouse. The storm cannot claim you. As we close this chapter of standing firm amidst the waves, reflect on the journey we've shared. You've faced public failure and personal betrayal, learning to breathe through the sting and ground yourself in the small. You've seen yourself as the lighthouse, enduring the crashing tides of pain with unyielding composure. The key lesson rings clear. Acting as if nothing hurts you isn't about denial, but about deliberate control, choosing response over reaction, stability over chaos. You forge tools to stand firm, to let the waves break against you without breaking you. Now carry this light forward. The storms of life will not cease, but neither will your resolve. As we prepare to explore deeper layers of resilience in the next section, hold this truth close. You are built to endure. Let it guide you through whatever comes next. Stand tall, shine on. Final mantra, I am the lighthouse. Waves crash, but I stand. Picture a tree, ancient and unyielding, standing tall on a windswept cliff. The gales howl, relentless and fierce. Yet the tree does not snap. It bends, its branches sway, its trunk leans, but it holds. It endures. You are that tree. Life's storms rage around you. Setbacks pile up, and stress gnaws at your roots. But you can learn to act as if nothing hurts you. In this moment, we dive into the heart of adaptability, the art of bending without breaking. How do you face prolonged struggles without losing your core? How do you sway with the wind while keeping your vision alive? This is your journey in Bending Without Breaking, a chapter of resilience within the greater story of mastering your inner strength. Feel the wind against you now. Stand firm. You're about to learn how to weather any storm. Imagine you've poured everything into a dream, a small cafe on a quiet street corner. You've saved for years, painted the walls yourself, and crafted a menu that tells your story. Opening day comes, and the tables are full. But then, a global crisis hits. Customers vanish. Bills stack up like fallen leaves. Suppliers raise prices, and a pipe bursts in the kitchen, flooding your dreams with cold reality. You sit alone at night, staring at the empty chairs, wondering if this is the end. The pain of failure stings, but you refuse to let it show. You act as if nothing hurts you. Instead of breaking, you bend, you pivot, you start offering takeout, building a social media presence to reach those stuck at home. You negotiate with suppliers, barter for time, and even host virtual coffee chats to keep your community alive. It's not the vision you painted, not yet, but you adapt while holding on to the heart of your dream, connecting people over a warm cup. Months pass, and slowly, the tide turns. Customers return, drawn by your grit, your quiet strength. You've bent with the wind, reshaped your path, but never lost sight of your roots. The lesson here is clear. Like the tree enduring the gale, life's storms will test your frame, but they don't define your essence. When setbacks strike, you don't shatter, you sway. You find new ways to stand tall. Adaptability isn't surrender, it's strategy. It's the quiet power of acting as if nothing hurts you, even when the weight feels unbearable. You learn to shift, to innovate, to hold your vision through the chaos. And in doing so, you grow stronger, your roots deeper than ever. Now picture yourself as a caregiver, day after day tending to a loved one in need. Maybe it's a parent, a child, or a partner whose health demands your constant presence. You wake before dawn, manage medications, cook meals, and offer smiles even when exhaustion carves hollows under your eyes. The stress is a silent storm, eroding your energy with every gust. Friends ask how you're holding up, and you say, "I'm fine." Though your heart aches with the weight of it all, you act as if nothing hurts you, not because you're hiding, but because you must keep standing for those who rely on you. Yet you know breaking isn't an option, so you bend. You carve out small pockets of renewal, a 10-minute walk at sunrise, breathing in the cool air, a quiet corner with a book for just 5 pages before bed, a phone call with a friend who reminds you of your own light. You adapt by redefining strength, not as endless endurance, but as knowing when to recharge without abandoning your role. Over time, these moments become your lifeline. They don't erase the struggle, but they steady you. Your loved one sees your calm, feels your presence, and in their gratitude, you find purpose renewed. Like the tree in the wind, you've learned to sway without snapping. The storm of chronic stress doesn't uproot you because you found ways to bend, small, deliberate shifts that preserve your core. Acting as if nothing hurts you isn't about ignoring pain. It's about mastering it. You hold your ground by adapting, by seeking balance, by refusing to let the gale define your worth. Your strength lies in this quiet dance with the wind. Let's step back and look at the tree again. See how it moves with the wind, not against it. Its trunk curves, its leaves tremble, but it does not resist in stubborn defiance. It flows. You, too, must learn this dance of resilience. Life's prolonged struggles, whether financial ruin, emotional drain, or relentless uncertainty, are not walls to smash through, but currents to navigate. How often have you fought the wind, only to feel more broken? How many times have you mistaken rigidity for strength? Consider this: bending is not weakness, it's the wisdom of survival. When you act as if nothing hurts you, you're not pretending the pain isn't there. You're choosing to move with it, to let it shape you without shattering you. Think of a river carving through stone, not by force, but by persistence, by flowing around obstacles. Your struggles are not your end. They are your sculptors. They teach you to adapt, to find new paths, to hold your inner strength even as the world shifts beneath you. The tree doesn't curse the wind, it learns its rhythm. So must you. Embrace the sway. Let it teach you how to stand taller tomorrow. Dig deeper now. Beneath the tree's bending branches lie roots, unseen, uncelebrated, but unbreakable. They anchor it through the fiercest storms. Your inner strength is that root system, the quiet resolve that no one sees but everyone feels. Prolonged struggles test your surface, but they cannot touch what lies below unless you let them. Have you ever stopped to honor the depth of your own resilience? Have you forgotten the fire that keeps you standing, even when the winds howl? Acting as if nothing hurts you is not a mask, it's a declaration. It's a choice to protect your roots while the storm rages above. Adaptability is your shield, pivoting in business, recharging in caregiving, shifting your stance to meet the moment, but beneath it all, your vision, your purpose, your core remain untouched. Like a blacksmith tempering steel, the wind of struggle only hardens your resolve if you let it. You bend, yes, but you do not break because your roots run deep. They are forged in every battle you've faced, every tear you've shed in silence, every choice to rise again. Trust them, they will hold. When the winds of struggle blow, don't freeze, move, adapt. Here's how to bend without breaking in the face of prolonged challenges. First, pause and assess. Take a single, deep breath, right now, if you need it, and ask yourself, what can I control in this moment? A failing project, a draining routine, a crushing setback. Name the storm, then name one thing you can shift. For the business owner, it might be a new marketing idea. For the caregiver, it might be a 5-minute break. Small pivots matter. Next, write it down. Grab a scrap of paper or your phone and jot down one actionable step. Call a potential partner. Schedule a walk tomorrow. Seeing it makes it real. Then act on it within 24 hours. Don't let doubt creep in. Finally, reflect. After a week, ask, did this shift ease the pressure? If not, try another. Adaptability isn't a one-time fix, it's a rhythm. Like the tree, you sway, test, and sway again. Acting as if nothing hurts, you start with these deliberate moves. You're not ignoring the pain, you're outsmarting it. Keep pivoting. Your strength builds with every turn. Struggle can drain you dry, but you don't have to break under its weight. Recharge, even in the storm. Start by claiming micro moments, tiny windows of renewal that don't pull you from your responsibilities. Set a timer for 5 minutes each morning. Step outside and feel the air. Let your mind wander. If you can't leave, close your eyes and picture a place of calm, a forest, a shore, anywhere but here. Let it anchor you. Then, build one non-negotiable into your day. Maybe it's a cup of tea sipped slowly. No distractions. Maybe it's a song that lifts you, played through earbuds while you work. Guard this ritual like treasure. Finally, connect. Reach out to one person, a friend, a mentor, even a stranger online, and share a single thought or ask for a kind word. You're not burdening them, you're reminding yourself you're not alone. These steps aren't escapes, they're roots deepening. Acting as if nothing hurts you means fueling your inner fire. Even in gusts of despair, bend by recharging, you'll stand taller for it. As we close this chapter of bending without breaking, let the image of the tree linger in your mind. You've seen how it sways with the wind, how it adapts without losing its essence. Through the stories of the small business owner pivoting through setbacks and the caregiver recharging amid stress, you felt the truth. Adaptability is your power. Prolonged struggles test you, but they do not define you. Philosophical reflections have shown that bending is wisdom, not weakness, and your roots, your inner strength, remain unshaken beneath the storm. Practical steps remind you to pivot with purpose and recharge without retreat. The takeaway is this: acting as if nothing hurts you is mastering the art of bending without breaking, holding your vision while swaying with life's winds. Now carry this lesson forward. You're not just surviving, you're thriving in the gale. As we move to the next chapter, prepare to build on this resilience, to forge even greater strength from the storms you face. For now, stand tall and let this mantra echo within you. Bend, but never break. Your roots are deeper than the wind can reach. Picture yourself standing amidst a field of ashes, the air thick with the scent of what once was. The ground beneath your feet is scorched, a testament to battles fought and losses endured. Yet, in this very moment, you feel a stirring within, a heat, a spark, a force that refuses to be extinguished. You are the phoenix, poised to rise, wings unfurling with a brilliance that defies the darkness. This is not just survival, this is transformation. This is the power of acting as if nothing hurts you, a mastery that turns pain into power, wounds into wisdom. In this chapter of your journey, rising unscathed from the ashes, we celebrate the rebirth that comes from standing tall, unshaken by the storms of life. You've learned to shield your heart, not by hiding, but by forging it into something unbreakable. Are you ready to see how far this strength can carry you? Let's soar together into the heights of what you've become. Remember the version of yourself that once trembled under the weight of words? Imagine a young woman named Clara, standing in a crowded room, her voice barely above a whisper as she shares an idea she's nurtured for months. The response is swift and brutal, mocking laughter, dismissive shrugs, and sharp critiques that cut deeper than she expected. Her cheeks burn, her hands shake, and she retreats into silence, vowing never to speak up again. That was Clara then, a fragile seed buried under the weight of doubt. But pain, as you know, is not the end. It's the beginning of something greater. Fast forward years later, Clara stands again before a crowd, but this time, her shoulders are squared, her gaze steady. The same sharp tongues lash out, questioning her worth, doubting her vision, yet she doesn't flinch. She smiles, a quiet, knowing smile, and responds with clarity and grace. The room falls silent, not out of pity, but out of awe. Clara has learned to act as if nothing hurts her, not because she doesn't feel the sting, but because she's forged her spirit in the fires of past criticism. Her pain became her teacher, her rejection her fuel. Now she inspires others in that room, young dreamers who see in her the strength they long to embody. She is the phoenix, risen from the ashes of her former self, her wings casting a glow of resilience over everyone watching. What changed for Clara? It wasn't the absence of criticism, it was her choice to stand tall regardless. She understood that acting unhurt isn't about denying pain, it's about refusing to let it define you. Her transformation teaches us that the ashes of yesterday's failures are the very soil from which today's victories grow. Like Clara, you can rise unscathed and become a beacon for others still finding their way. Now, let's turn to Marcus, a man who once carried the weight of his past like a stone around his neck. Years ago, life dealt him blow after blow, failed ventures, broken relationships, and a sense of inadequacy that gnawed at his core. Every setback felt personal, every loss a confirmation of his unworthiness. He hid his pain behind forced smiles, but inside, he was crumbling, unable to see a way forward. That was Marcus in the ashes, before the fire of transformation took hold. Today, Marcus sits across from a young man, barely out of his teens, whose eyes are clouded with the same despair Marcus once knew. The boy speaks of rejection, of dreams shattered by harsh realities. Marcus listens, not with judgment, but with a quiet strength that fills the room. Then, he shares his story, not as a tale of woe, but as a map of survival. He speaks of nights spent doubting, of mornings where getting up felt impossible, and of the moment he decided to act as if nothing hurt him, not to deceive others, but to reclaim his power. He tells the young man how pain forged him, how each scar became a lesson he now passes on. Marcus is no longer just a survivor, he's a mentor, a phoenix whose fiery rebirth lights the path for others lost in their own darkness. Marcus's story reminds you that your past pain is not a burden. It's a bridge to connect with others. By rising unscathed, by acting as if nothing hurts you, you don't just heal yourself, you become a guide for those still trapped in the ashes. What greater power is there than turning your wounds into wisdom that saves another soul? Pause for a moment and look within. What ashes surround you right now? What fires have you endured that left you feeling burned out, diminished, or defeated? The truth is, those very flames were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to refine you. Like a phoenix, your essence cannot be consumed by the blaze. You are born anew with every trial, your wings stronger, your vision clearer. Acting as if nothing hurts you isn't a mask. It's a revelation of the unbreakable core that lies beneath your scars. It's the choice to rise, not in spite of the pain, but because of it. Consider this. Every time life strikes, it's chiseling away at the parts of you that no longer serve. The doubts, the fears, the need for approval, they burn away in the inferno, leaving only the purest version of who you are. Why do we fear the fire when it's the very thing that frees us? Why do we mourn the ashes when they are the foundation of our flight? You are not diminished by what you've endured. You are elevated. Each time you stand tall, acting as if no blow can break you, you teach the world and yourself that pain is temporary, but your strength is eternal. Embrace the phoenix within and let every fall be the prelude to a greater rise. There's a quiet power in standing firm when the world expects you to crumble. Think of yourself as a mountain, rooted deep into the earth, unswayed by the howling winds of criticism or the torrents of failure. Acting as if nothing hurts you is not about ignoring the storm. It's about becoming the unshaken ground beneath it. You feel the rain, you hear the thunder, but you do not bend. You do not break. You remain. This mastery transforms not just how others see you, but how you see yourself. When you act unhurt, you rewrite the story of your pain. It's no longer a chain that binds you. It's a forge that shapes you. Have you ever noticed how the strongest steel is born from the hottest flames? So it is with you. Every harsh word, every rejection, every moment of doubt is a hammer strike, molding you into something indestructible. Why let the opinions of others topple your mountain? Why let temporary setbacks erode your foundation? Stand firm, rise unscathed. Let the world marvel at the power of your stillness, for in acting unhurt, you claim a strength that no storm can steal. When the arrows of life, criticism, failure, or doubt come flying at you, how do you stand tall? The answer lies in crafting an inner shield, a quiet resolve that deflects the blows before they pierce your spirit. Start with this. The next time you face a harsh word or a stinging setback, pause, breathe. Don't react in the heat of the moment. Instead, ask yourself, does this define me, or do I define it? Write down one reason why this pain cannot stop you. A goal, a memory of past strength, a vision of who you're becoming. Hold that reason like a shield, letting it absorb the impact while you remain untouched. Then must move forward with intention. Speak, act, or create as if the blow never landed. Smile, not out of denial, but out of defiance. This isn't about pretending. It's about protecting your inner fire from being snuffed out by external forces. Practice this daily. Each time you shield yourself, you strengthen your resolve until acting unhurt becomes second nature. You're not just surviving the arrows, you're forging a life where they no longer reach you. Step by step, build that shield and watch how the world begins to see you as unbreakable. Your transformation isn't just for you, it's a gift to others. When you act as if nothing hurts you, you become a living testament to resilience, a phoenix whose flight inspires others to rise from their own ashes. So, take this actionable step. Identify one person in your life who's struggling, who's caught in the flames of doubt or despair. Reach out. Share a piece of your journey, not the polished version, but the raw, honest story of how you learned to stand tall. Tell them about a moment you felt broken and the choice you made to act unhurt. Show them the strength that came from it. Then encourage them to take one small step forward. Maybe it's speaking up despite fear, or trying again after a failure. Be their mirror. Reflect the potential you see in them, just as you've seen it in yourself. This act of mentorship, of lifting another while you rise, cements your own transformation. It's a reminder that your pain was never wasted. It was preparation for this moment of impact. Inspire through your rise, and watch how your strength multiplies in the lives you touch. As we close this chapter of rising unscathed from the ashes, reflect on the journey you've taken. You've seen through Clara and Marcus how pain, once a crushing force, becomes the very fire that forges unbreakable strength. You've pondered the phoenix within, the unshaken ground of your spirit, and you've armed yourself with tools to shield your heart and inspire others. The key lesson here is clear. Acting as if nothing hurts you is not a denial of pain, but a declaration of power, a choice to rise above, to transform every scar into a source of strength. You are no longer bound by the ashes of your past. You soar above them, a radiant force of resilience and renewal. This is not the end, but a launching point. As we move forward, prepare to explore how this newfound power shapes not just your inner world, but the legacy you leave behind. For now, hold this truth close. Let it burn bright in your chest, and repeat it with every step you take. I am the phoenix. I rise unscathed from every flame.